here from my great challenge. Welcome back to my channel. This is day number 9 of my month of FlyLady for February 2019. We're still in zone 2 and in the kitchen, and actually today is the last day in the kitchen. It's Saturday for me and for you too. Saturday is technically the day that I do the entire kitchen. It's kitchen day for me, so I'm gonna do that for tomorrow's video. But right now I want to spend a little bit of time, and you guys mentioned it yesterday, that I could actually pull out the bottom drawer of my stove to clean underneath the stove, because I was a little concerned about moving the stove because of the gas line. So that's what I'm gonna do today. We're gonna open the drawer, see what's in there, clean that out, and pull it out if I can, and clean underneath the stove. So if you remember yesterday, I pulled the fridge out and I cleaned underneath it, and it was pretty bad, right? And a lot of you have said, I'm doing it, I gotta do it, and I guess you've done it by now, you're doing it this weekend. But I was talking about moving this thing in order to clean underneath, because if I had a old mouse nest in there, I'm pretty sure there was some there too, because they like the heat, right? So let me see if I can move this. Goodness gracious, wait until you see this. Oh my god. Oh, the embarrassment. Oh no, I can't get. Oh, look, there's a half of you down there. Oh boy. Yeah, it's your fault. I know, I love you too. I know you're a good boy, but man, do you shed. Okay. All right, there's no food on my face. All right, okay, good. Are you guys ready? It's really bad. It's worse than the fish. Look at this. Look at what is under my stove. Can you believe it? Look at this. We got, other than dog hair, we got a hairpin. We have a pencil. We have an old, dried up green bean. How did that get here? Oh, I can't. A hole broken though. Hanger. I can't make this up. All right, pieces of broken stuff. That looks like a Corningware that was broken. A tea wrapper. A beer cap. A spice cap, and then that's about it. But there's a piece of styrofoam all the way over there. Let me get it out of here. Okay, so yeah. Oh, what's that black thing? I don't know what that is. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna clean this. So this is really the point of this channel, right? Because I'm trying to show you that there's people out there who are imperfect and are struggling as much as you are, and that's why I called it my great challenge. It would be really quite boring if it was sparkling clean underneath the stove every time I pull out that drawer. I gotta be honest, I've never pulled it out since we got those appliances, so it's 4 years worth of the fridge I've done. Can't remember when, but I did. But the stove I never did, and it's 4 years worth of grime and dirt and hair, and I don't know how the hanger got in there. I really don't. But I hope that's inspiring you in making changes. Even small changes, 15 minutes at a time, add up and end up over an extended period of time, whether it's a whole year or 2 years or 3 years or 5 years like me. It will add up, and you will start to see an easier task and an easier routine when it comes to cleaning your house. So I'm just like a lot of other people. I struggle in these areas. I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm trying to get to be perfect, because I know that's never gonna happen. And what's perfection anyway? What I would call perfect may be a disaster to somebody else. So it's a very subjective thing. So don't worry, you know, just go clean underneath your stove and don't worry about what you're gonna find. At least you're doing something. You know what I mean? All right, so let's look at what's inside the drawer now. Okay, so this is the inside of the drawer. In it, I have the griddle thing. It's really heavy. Cast iron for my stove. I used it once. I don't know where this is coming from. I know what this is. This is the thing to for the cookies, when you want them to whatever. Okay, this is where this been. I've been looking for it, and this is my cast iron griddle. And yeah, we have a French fries, and most of the rest is leftover. I don't know, this pizza, this cornmeal, whatever. That needs to be clean. Okay, so I'm just gonna dump all of this in my shiny sink. I'll reclean it, no problem. And I'm gonna clean this. And since it's got holes, I might as well just use this here. Okay, so I'm done. Not really, I'm not done. Don't feel bad if your stuff looks like mine, okay, really. You're doing something about it. If you were just sitting and not doing anything and expecting somebody else to clean it for you, that would be a problem. But as long as you're doing something, you understand? It's about, again, it's about progress, and it's about being proactive and literally diving into the dirt and taking care of it. So obviously that was never part of my routine. I need to incorporate that in my routine moving forward. So maybe every quarter or every 3 months, I'll go dive underneath the stove and clean it, so that way it never gets that bad. So in the meantime, I thought about my pants, and they're a mess, okay? They really are. And it doesn't matter how much I scrub them with Brillo and whatnot. These are pretty old. I think we had them when we lived in our apartment. So they've been around for a minute. This one is particularly grimy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 plastic garbage bags, and I'm going to put them in there. And I'm going to add a cup of ammonia in a ramekin dish, which I'm going to basically put inside the bag with those three things. I'm going to close the bag and put it outside. I don't know if it's freezing temperature tonight, and to tell the truth, I don't know if ammonia freezes, but it's still early in the day. It's only 1 o'clock. So what it does, and I've done a blog years ago about that, with regards to cleaning the griddles and the grids basically on your stove. It really removes most of the caked on burnt oil and food that's on there. If it doesn't work, then I'll go buy new ones, because I'm tired of seeing them like this, really. So let me do this. I'm going to put them outside. It's not going to be done today, but tomorrow when I do my weekly home blessing hour, I'll go check on them, and I'll include that in the home blessing hour, because there's a lot of stuff this week I don't have to do, like the windows, for instance. I'm not going to do that, so I'll gain 15 minutes or so. During my weekly home blessing hour, I'll spend the 15 minutes on this, on these pans or sheets, whatever they are, and see if it works. And again, if it doesn't, then we know it doesn't on really, really old caked on stuff. I'll go buy a new one, because sometimes you just deserve to have new stuff. Just saying. You can tell, but I'm not stacking them together. I'm putting them in a way where there's always some kind of space in between them, like this, okay? Because the ammonia has got to circulate in it. And what I'm going to do is just take the ammonia, put it in a cup, and I'm going to place the cup right here, and then I'm going to wrap and close the garbage bag, and I'm going to put that on the deck, and we'll see. Tomorrow you'll have to come back and see whether or not it works. And the problem with ammonia is that it really, really stinks. Should do that outside, right? Okay, well. Don't mix ammonia with anything. One day, let me close this before I pass out. One day, I didn't know anything about ammonia. I was I don't know, maybe in my early 20s. I hadn't come to the US yet. And I was cleaning my studio apartment in Paris. I used to live on Rue Notre-Dame de Nazareth, by the Republic Plaza. That was my neighborhood. And I got a studio apartment, and Mom and I were cleaning it, right? And it was in bad shape. We had to recarpet it. We had to put new wallpaper. I mean, it was really, really a bad shape. And then I remember the floor of the kitchen was like totally slanted, so if you spilled something, you would get this trail of the spill going all the way on the other side of the studio. But it was a nice place, and I had a view on Paris roof. It was a beautiful sunshine all day. Nice place, tiny kitchen, very tiny bathroom. The sink was about this big in a corner. That was but you know, if you know anything about Paris, a lot of apartments are like that, especially the studio. So anyway, long story short, there was a lot of mildew and soap scum and gunk and you name it in the shower stall, and it was all tile, tiny. I mean, like you would go like this to wash, and you would your elbows would touch both walls. Okay. So I decided to clean it, and Mom says, oh, let's get ammonia, because you know you can clean with that, right? And like an idiot, I mix ammonia with bleach. I didn't know. So anyway, the fumes, I think I had just about 15 seconds to get out of there. I was on my knees, suffocating. I almost killed myself. Anyway, so be careful with ammonia. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't even want to tell you that, but anyway. So we're gonna put ammonia in the monkey dish or the ramekin and put it on there, close the bag, bring that outside. It really stinks. It really does. Okay, so I'm done. And now I don't smell it anymore because I closed the bag, right? So this is going like this on the deck for 24 hours, and we'll see tomorrow what it's going to look like. So this is the end of zone 2. Let's recap. What did I do this week? in zone 2. I cleaned the entire stove from top to bottom, inside and out. And now I'm also doing the cookie sheets. I cleaned the fridge inside and out, including behind and under. I spruced up underneath the sink. I spruced up underneath the cabinet here where I have all of my Tupperware and my glass container, my Pyrex and all of that. I did the junk drawer over there. And what else did I do? Oh, I dusted the skylights, got rid of all the cobwebs that were around the kitchen, and I cleaned all the woodwork and oiled all the woodwork. And what else? You guys are probably better trackers than I am. But anyway, so think about it, right? You just do a little bit every day during that week. And next month you do something different. Next month you may want to tackle your cupboards, or you may want to do your cookbooks, or you may want to do, or you can do both. You may want, if you have a lot of decorative items, you know, like a lot of people collect jugs and crockware, things like that, or corningware like me. You may want to take all of that down and clean it. Maybe you have a fan, you want to do that. So the bottom line is, every month when you do the Fly Lady, you do different tasks. And ultimately, within a couple of months, your kitchen is pretty much really, really nice. And then you rotate and you do it over. Okay, so it's always going to be clean. It's going to take a while before I get that same amount of hair underneath the fridge and the stove. So if I do it 3 months from now, it's going to be less of a job. I may just need to quickly sweep everything and, you know, spray and wipe. That's it. I won't have to do as much work, but you get the idea, right? You basically do deep cleaning of your zone every month, but you don't do the entire room. You don't do the entire zone. You break it into manageable chunks. And I'm telling you again, and that's going to be my little word of wisdom for today, as long as you're doing something, you're on the right path. Don't worry about what other people have to say, how they perceive your home. Don't even worry about how you perceive yourself, because sometimes we're really quick at judging ourselves and putting ourselves down and calling ourselves all sorts of names when we see a big area that's just filthy, okay? Don't do that. As long as you're doing something about it, you are on the right path. Idleness is the enemy, okay? Progress is where we want to be. There's never going to be perfection, again, because perfection is subjective. So it's one of those things on a continuum that keeps on being pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. And remember, not everybody is going to be supportive of you. So I'm okay with that. I'm supportive of me. I know I'm doing the right thing. I'm on the right path. And the journey is what I enjoy. The destination is going to get there no matter what. Maybe it's not going to be this month. It's going to be 2 months from now. That's all right. I'm very patient, but at least, again, I'm doing something. I see you guys tomorrow when I do the whole kitchen, because, again, Saturday for me is kitchen day, so I'm going to film that right now. You'll see it tomorrow. Talk to you later, you guys. Bye. Thanks for watching.